Well, hi there. I'm out on my daily exercise. I'm on a bike ride. I've just been up the hill behind me. It doesn't look much of a hill, but believe me, when you get beyond what you can see, it's pretty steep down there. And I thought you might enjoy coming out with me and seeing some of the beautiful Northamptonshire countryside, especially those of you who are unable to get out and about. This is the view this morning, and it's pretty beautiful, I think you'll admit. And I thought it'd give me an excuse to have a little bit of a break partway through my ride and have a quick think about Psalm 22, which I read this morning in my quiet time. It starts off like this: my God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from saving me, so far from the words of my groaning? O my God, I cry out by day, but you do not answer, by night, and am not silent. You see, the psalmist here, he's feeling desperately alone, abandoned, he's struggling, he's suffering, and he feels like God is silent and like God is far away from him. And as we've just had Easter, we know that these are also words that Jesus cries out himself as he dies on the cross. Maybe at the moment you're feeling isolated. Maybe at the moment you're feeling far away from God. The pressures that you're facing in work, or the pressures you're facing because you don't have any work, just seem immense. Maybe you are on your own, or maybe if there's people at home, you're still feeling isolated and on your own. And many of us can feel like this at the moment. Sorry, excuse the cars. And that's exactly what the psalmist is feeling. He's feeling abandoned, isolated, and alone, forsaken by God. But then the psalm goes on like this: yet you are enthroned as the Holy One. You're the Prince of Israel. In you our fathers put their trust. They trusted and you delivered them. They cried to you and were saved. In you they trusted and were not disappointed. You see, the psalmist looks to the past and he learns from the past. He learns of God's character and nature as he looks back. And as we look at the Bible, we can see God's amazing faithfulness. As we look at great Christians from the past, we can see how they've trusted in their Lord and their God. And we can do the same. Let's look back to our Bibles. Let's look back to those who brought us to faith, and let's learn from the past. But as he learns from the past, the psalmist is also mocked. People take the mick out of him for trusting in God. They think it's ridiculous that he's trusting in God. And maybe you're working in the health service, or maybe you've got family or friends who think that it's ridiculous for you to trust in God in the situation that we face ourselves in. We should just totally trust in human strength and human ability, they say. The psalmist says this: I am like a worm and not a man, scorned by men and despised by the people who see me and mock me. We know that as Jesus hung on the cross, people mocked him. People said, do you think you're really the Son of God? Well, let God come and rescue you. Maybe our faith in God has been shaken during this time. Maybe we have family members who don't trust in Jesus. Maybe we have friends who just gently, not even strongly, mock us for our faith in the Lord Jesus. The psalmist knew what that was like. And yet he goes on in verses 9 and 10. Yet you brought me out of the womb. You made me trust in you, even at my mother's breast. From birth I was cast upon you. From my mother's womb you have been my God. Do not be far from me. You see, the psalmist knew that God was always there for him, that God was always with him, even from the point of conception in his mother's womb. Even in all that he's going through, the psalmist is trusting God, and he knows that God is there as his rock. And finally he finishes with a prayer: do not be far from me, for trouble is near and there is no one to help. the psalmist realises that he can only trust in God. God is the only one he can turn to. And in the middle of whatever you're facing, know that's true today. Our only hope is in the Lord Jesus. He's the one we can turn to. He's the one we can trust in. He's the one we can find comfort in. And I pray that you'd find that hope and that comfort in the middle of whatever you're facing today. Well, I need to get on and finish my ride. I'm only about halfway through, and this has taken me a few takes because people kept on walking past, and there are even more cars than has already gone past. So I've dried out a bit, but I need to get on with my ride. I hope you enjoyed the view. I hope you enjoyed Psalm 22. Maybe sit down and read it through for yourself today. Take care. Bye.